Hey guys, Frank here, Sim Captain White, your
Welcome
virtual
back
general
now. Yeah.
aviation aviator, and I am in the Delta 737 by level up today in X-Plane 12. We'll be flying um, from Atlanta to I think it's Indianapolis. I think it's Indianapolis. Um, so stay tuned. Let's Yeah, this is the airplane from the outside, and it's based on the Zebo. So you guys have seen me fly the Zebo a few times. I won't get the outside traffic because this the level up does not support the animations that are built into the Zebo. I understand that I can actually move some files around and copy some files from the Zebo to this airplane, so I can get the animations, but I'm not going to do that. You know, this is the first time that I've noticed rain on the fuselage, or at least on the windshields, and I think that is so cool. Yeah, that's been a place that the showing any precipitation on the fuselage has always been an area that was missing. You can see the AI plane here and versus the real McCoy. Anyway, I get excited about some of the smallest things. I may not get excited about um, everything, but I do like the rain. Let's see if I can look out the window. Ah, shucks, I got a store in front of me, so I guess I can't. Anyway, let's get in the cockpit and let's get started here. Okay, so I I am going to use. Let's see if you can see this. I don't think you can see this until I disable this. Yeah, I am going to use Symbit World to give me this flight, and this is what Symbit World looked like. It's um, it's almost like a little VA program. It's pretty cool. Some of my online friends showed it to me. Oh, I guess a couple years ago. So I fly with it occasionally. As you can see, let me go to my dashboard. Server connected, X-Plane connected. As you can see, I'm still a first officer. Haven't made the senior first officer yet, but as you know, I'm actually the captain. But ranking wise, I gotta build my way up to being a captain, and it's hard to become a pilot on the Delta Airlines. As you can see, I've got these flights in this system. But yeah, so much for that. And let's get this party started. All right. So I think I do have a better camera running, and I thought that my keyboard. There you go. My keyboard shortcuts work. Okay, good stuff. All right. So let's get the batteries on. Listen to those sounds. Hope you can hear them as well as I can. Um, Turn up the X-Plane audio a little bit. Okay. And all right, so the first thing I want to do is come down here and do my fire tests so that I can start the APU. All right, APU. Yeah, that looks good. APU and the engines are working. Check the bottles here. APU bottles and engine bottles are all good. All right, so I always go ahead and get those exterior lights on, and now I can go ahead and start the APU. I am going to use say intentions for ATC, and at some point I might even use Fly Shirley or Shirley AI, but not at the moment. Okay, so where was I? Okay, I was just starting the APU, and let's go up and get the RSs started. Get to the top, and number 2, number 1. Now something isn't right because those are lined in 1 minute, so apparently I need to go here and make some adjustments, which I tried to do all this stuff before I started this flight so that I wouldn't get bogged down and stuff like this, but I want everything on real. Pause off, tire blown, on, yoke movement, control wheel steering, parking brake set, simply, FMC, yeah, I guess that's good enough. Hope there's nothing else that I wanted to be set a certain way. Let me just do a quick review. Blended, yeah, lights, halogen, LED. Okay, that's fine. 1 page, and that's the exterior lights system. Hood for captain, yes. And I never used the hood. Let's see. And engine start switches, auto. Nope, I get to control all of that stuff. Com radio, 2 digits. Actually, this needs to be 3. SoCal, yes, even though I'm not going to use it. Flight deck, cam, pressurization, let's go with digital, and chime only, yeah, that's fine. Voice recorder not available. Damper, yep, that's fine. Honeywell, RMI, high altitude, levers, switches. I like the switches. Okay, clock, don't have but 1 clock. Oh, it did make some changes to the clock. Or somebody did. At least this is not available in the Zibo. So let me just say 2, since I don't think I have a chance to work with that often. All right, hydraulic compensator cartridge and chrono. The only other thing I know I want is, which is what I got, the gas tanks to be digital, the fuel quantity to be digital rather than analog. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm okay with all of this stuff. Oh yeah, make sure that the chiller works. Okay, and it does. So I guess I'm good. Okay. So let's get out of here and let's get out, back, and I'm going to save all. Hopefully that will cause it to remember the changes that I just made. Okay. Thanks guys for walking through that with me. All right. And if any of you guys have watched any of my videos, you know that they're always long. So don't expect any short stuff. I don't like taking shortcuts. In fact, for a sim pilot, I get a kick out of trying to model everything as if I'm a real life pilot. That is, in my opinion, where the immersion comes in. All right. Let's see. Now with this, I'm having trouble getting up there, but yeah, I think we are aligned. I'm not sure why I'm not getting an alignment button on number 2, but we'll fix that shortly. All right. That's working. No stall warning test yet. I guess I don't have enough power going to the aircraft, and I need to charge the batteries up. I'm sitting here running on battery power while I got ground power available. Shame on me. Okay. Now after 4 minutes, I should be able to do the stall warning test. Let me just try it. It may have been counting the 4 minutes while I was on battery. Nope. All right, so flight recorder is off, and okay, I'm not sure how that works. Boy, that's some loud. Gets loud depending on where I'm at in the cockpit. All right. Service phone. Okay, look good. Crew oxygen gear is down and locked. And that reminds me, I need to set up my throttle quadrant. The last thing I flew was the C-172. The Cessna 172. So I got the Bravo set up for it, and just this quick, I'm ready with this guy. Let's just make sure everything is working. Yeah. All right, good stuff. All right. And all right, let's go ahead and pull this guy here. And while we look around, just make sure that everything look okay. Okay, and let's go ahead and get some of these other tests out the way. Don't see any bulbs out. There we go. See the lights now. All right, good stuff. And just check it on the FO side. A lot of times I don't do the FO side. In fact, while I'm over here, let me go ahead and turn up the FO light panel. And just already got mine turned up. Okay, good stuff. Turn up some lights here. And we'll go back up to the overhead. We got APU power. So let's go ahead and get the generators on. And turn off the ground power. I didn't think the generators came on. It would help if I hit the right button, right? Okay. All right. And let's go ahead and get some heat in this thing so that when the passengers come aboard, they will be pretty comfortable. Yeah. Okay, good stuff. All right, our flight today calls for 32,000 feet, and I'll brief that in just a few minutes. Let's turn up the light panel, and just in case I do use Fly Shirley, let me get that up and running in the background so that it can hear the brief. Okay, let's fly. And see, so I am wanting to change this to the Boeing 737-800. Now this is actually the default Boeing, but so some of the stuff that the default may want to use won't work. All right, but yeah, that's okay. All right, Boeing 737, start flight, and go ahead and turn on assistant mode. And let me make sure that we can hear each other. Hi Shirley, this is Captain White in the 737. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, Captain White. Shirley here in a Boeing 737-800, ready when you are.
Roger. So I'm gonna put you on assistant mode and go ahead and start the brief. Okay, so got that bit done. Okay, get here. And incidentally, guys, if you're wondering what I'm using for my views right now, I'm using
all aircraft. Hartsfield, Jackson, Atlanta International.
A better camera.
Altimeter 3014.
And I'm actually using it right out of the box. I haven't made any changes to the settings. And in fact, it's telling me that there is an update available. The developer of this program is constantly updating it, so it's not abandonware, far from it. Okay, let's just go ahead and clear that. And I'm not that happy with this FOV, so let me change my FOV. All right, got that changed up just that easily. And yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and run our brief. So our call sign is Delta 3125, and we'll be flying from Atlanta to Indianapolis International today with Chicago O'Hara being our alternate. That's not in this window, but I have briefed this a little bit before. We'll fly with a cost index of 20, and our aircraft, again, is 738. Our tail number is November 867 for Bravo. Today is January 9th, 2026. Our takeoff, no. Our block fuel for our trip, including the extra fuel for weather and an extra 30 minutes for contingencies, brings us up to 19,509 pounds of fuel. Speaking of which, I should go ahead and call the fuel truck. Our final reserves and alternate is 6,521 pounds. Okay, let's go ahead and get things rocking and rolling here. Okay, so I'm gonna load our flight plan. Looks like we got 117 passengers on board, plus the flight crew, and it's what, 8 of us, so that's 125 souls. So yeah, okay, all right, where were we? We was going through our operational flight plan. Our route today is gonna be Atlanta, where we filed to depart runway 26 left via the Vernon 2 departure, direct to Respi, direct to IIU, direct to Hagel, where we'll pick up the Gibbs for arrival for an ILS arrival into, so that's our fuel, an ILS arrival into Indianapolis on runway 5 right. Okay, Indianapolis has been in the news lately, and it's just coincidence that I'm flying into that city. Okay, yeah, so the things that I like to mention is that our air time, we expect to be in the air for an hour and 9 minutes, and we're blowing through our block time as we speak. Okay, so that concludes our flight brief. Any questions, Shirley? Shirley, did you have any questions?
Muted.
Okay, I guess you did not have any questions. All right. Let's see. So, we're being fueled as we speak. Like I said, there's no animation, so there's not a lot to look at outside. And our passengers won't start boarding until we flip our chime to on. Let's go ahead and flip that, see if our, well, before we do that, we actually do want to turn on this guy here to get our lights, our now lights on. And we do have the jetway connected. So yeah, let's go ahead and start loading passengers. Okay, we should hear them start to load up any minute now. And while they're loading up, go ahead and do our FMC. feel like I am slow as Methuselah with this. Because I've seen some of you guys run through this stuff so quickly that that it make my head spin. I'm just not that fast with my mouse. Okay, so I'm gonna do a request there. And I got 8% of my passengers on board, so they are loading. One day, maybe we'll have some of the tools that Microsoft Flight Sim have, so that I can go into the cockpit and you can see them actually loading up, but not today. Okay, activate that. Legs page here. And execute this. Alright. And load our this guy, and it was 6.5, I believe, is what we saw on the plan. 6.5, right, for the reserves of 6,521 pounds. And we're expecting to load up 19.5 on the fuel. So since it's not loaded, then I go ahead and put that in. Let's go to N1. Our outside air temperature is bring this back over here. So I've got VTAR, and we're in Atlanta, KATL, Atlanta. And this is real world, real time. This data comes from the NOAA aviation website. Winds are 090 at 6. That's going to put us on the 8s. So I dare say that we are going to have. We're not going to be able to use we're going to have to make some changes to our flight plan. Like bring altimeter 30.15. Okay. 30.15. Let's go ahead and dial that in. And I've got the wing wind equipment, AFIS and MCP. So that's field elevation. That looks absolutely correct. All right. And let's go. It's on CAN mode. And temperature was 19, and we're not going to limit here. Fix it. And I am used to the Zebo. The Zebo does this a little differently. So the SEL, what is that representing? I wonder if that's in the I wonder if that's in the acronym database. I doubt it. I doubt it. L. Nope. So I would need to suggest that, but yeah, I'm just going to leave it as is. But the rate, well, in Atlanta, I do know that there are houses surrounding the airport, so we'll use this, the rate 20% on takeoff and climb. All right, 5 degrees of flaps on takeoff, and these speeds are unavailable. I wonder why. Probably has to do with the limits here. The temperatures probably don't make sense to it. And I am not real sure what to use for the SEL. I can delete that. Okay, and now let's put in outside temperature /19. There we go. And now let's degrade it. See if that fix things for us. Next page. Take off. Okay, yeah, I got the B speeds now. Good stuff. All right, I think the passengers are loaded. They are. I heard a boom, and you see the jetway moving back. I like the way they close the doors on it.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
All right, so with everyone strapped in, I can go ahead on and compute the CG, so I don't have to make any adjustments there. That's a good thing. And for V2, then I've got 146, so let me dial this up to 146. I know the ATC is going to give us either runway 09 or 08. Let's see, let's get save tensions loaded up so that we can see what they're going to give us. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Right now, top altitude is 10,000. So we'll go 10,100 until we get the correct number. And let's dial in our radios. Probably out to do a welcome to the passengers. So let's go ahead and welcome them aboard. Tell them it's going to be a minute while we configure stuff. And yeah, so what am I working on now? Okay. I need a heading, so I need to get some frequencies. Need to set up my radio. So for ATIS is 125.55. So I'm dialing that in as we speak on COM 2. Look down, you'll see it. You'll see the standby channel on COM 2 changing. 525, 550. Okay, good stuff. And that was that's not right. 125. Okay. Okay, they are using the 2.6s in spite of the weather being 090 at 6. Go figure. Okay, so we got ATIS. Let's put in our clearance frequency, which is gonna be 118.1. Working that. All right, so we got that set up. Let's go ahead and put in ground, which is going to be 26, right? I believe that's what we filed for. So, but it doesn't make any difference. Left and right both have the same frequency, 120.19, and tower is going to be. Now I do need to know what I filed for tower. So over here and grab my flight plan. And 26 left. Okay. So tower is gonna be 125.325. $125.325. Okay, and we just need to get our clearance so that we can get out of here. All right. Let's see. Let's get on the right radio here. Atlanta clearance. Mic check. Loud and clear. I'm hoping you guys can hear that. Let me do this. Trying to save tensions a little bit. And the other thing that I want to do is turn it up a little bit for me, because it really is pretty low. We'll turn it up about 75. 82 is fine. And we'll turn up the cabin stuff a little bit to 72. Okay, good stuff. Atlanta ground, Delta 3125 would like to pick up our clearance to Indianapolis.
Clearance on request, stand by.
Ready to copy? actually had to look and see what the squawk was. I try to listen and write stuff down, but sometimes my writing is just as slow as my moving the mouse. Okay, clear to Indianapolis via the Vernon 2 departure, then it's foul, climb to maintain flight level 12,000, expect 34010, 10 minutes after departure on 124.60, squawk 7622, expect runway 26 left, Delta 3125.
Delta 3125, read back correct.
Okay, good stuff. Shirley, can you set the altimeter? I'm sorry, not
Go
the.
ahead.
Yeah, can you set the squawk to 7622?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Delta Airlines. Flight 3125,
Shirley, can you set the squawk to 7622?
heading to Indianapolis International Airport.
Squawk set.
Okay, good stuff. And guess we can go ahead and call for push and start. Let's see. There are some few things that we want to do. Set that RTO, and let's go to the top. Start the initial flow. Okay, yaw damper needs to come on. Fuel tanks. All right, and APE generator looks good. Let's go ahead and do this stall test warning. Check our oxygen. Don't let me forget to check the oxygen, guys. All right, seat belts can come on. Okay, don't really need circuit breakers, but we'll turn them up anyway. Fasten seat belt on. All right. Put these guys on the heat. Electric, hydraulics, the ground crews were out the way, and it would be nice to know the elevation for our landing, landing altitude. We'll figure that out, and well, you know what? I don't think they figured that out in cruise. I think they do that while they're on the ground. So let's go ahead and do it right. And normally I would be able to get that from the company, but the company, let's say I should be able to get it from here. KD, see what is our, what is the this is what I'm looking for. KIND. KIND. I could have start writing it out. Let me just narrow stuff down. There we go. Let's see, KIN, we're 84,000 airports. Sometimes you just have to narrow stuff down. Okay, view on map. Okay, 797, so 800 is what we want on this guy, landing altitude. 800, all right, good stuff. All right, so let's called clearance for pushback. Not clearance, but ground. So we got our clearance. Did we get a clearance? Yeah, we did. Okay. Atlanta ground, Delta 3125 would like to request push and start. Push and start approved, tail north, Delta 3125. All right, tail north. All right, so this is north, so the tail is going to come up that way. So
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I think this is correct.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
If it's not, then rather than getting towed back in, we'll just make a U-turn. We got enough room between this stuff to do that. Okay. And let's go ahead and turn our beacon on. Beacon is already on, and our lights are on. It starts up with the lights on. Don't know why, but I didn't catch that earlier. I wish I had. Okay.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All right, and I just love the way they jack up these airplanes. Jack it up and push it back. Get rid of this for the moment. Well, let's keep it up until we get our taxi instructions. In fact, I need to be brief in what I can expect for taxi. So 4
Tow connected
north.
and white path been inserted. Release parking brake.
And now, I know in the Zebo, pushback never works the way it's supposed to, so I'm not sure it's going to work correctly here.
Started pushback. And you may start engines.
Right. Turn the packs off. I've got enough duct pressure. Duct pressure is coming down. Okay, duct pressure stabilized. And we'll start engine number 2. Into rotation. And we are not getting pushback. Pushback does not work for me. I don't know why. Let's see, don't want to. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and turn this guy on. So I'm gonna have to reverse out of here. Before I do, let me just see. Nose to the right. Let me just see.
Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Ground 738. Request pushback to the right.
How long this will
Bravo
take.
738. Request startup permission next time.
Operation complete.
Stand
For
by.
parking brake.
Pushback tractor is on the way.
Okay, if the pushback tractor for ground handling show up pretty much immediately, we'll let that work. Otherwise, we'll reverse out of here. I'm only going to leave this one engine started at the moment. Okay, let's run through this flight plan right quick. Okay. Yep. Okay. I think that's it. And we want to do the here's our flight. The Gibbs 4 arrival. And ILS 5, what was that? ILS 5 right. Okay. We won't do a transition and execute. Got a message. Out constraint Darcy. Okay.
Commencing pushback.
Okay. We did get the this guy. Oh, that was.
Disconnect. Pushback completed.
Did you see that? That was crazy. That's because it still had the other airplane was still the other pushback tractor. Anyway, you guys saw that. All right, let's get rid of a better pushback. I meant to do
Can
that.
start planner. Pushback already in progress.
Come on.
Please stop the pushback operation first.
That's what I was trying to do, was stop the pushback operation to get rid of that tractor. Okay, is that stopping? Got a pushback stopped. Okay, that should stop it. And let's call this other pushback tractor one more time. Come on, get out of the way, better pushback. I tell you what, we'll just do it this way. The nuclear option, better pushback. That's why I always say, what can go wrong, right? Open sound, better pushback. Turn it off. There we go. And now let's act for this guy one more time.
Hartsfield Jackson Atlantic International Ground 738. Request pushback to the right.
Bravo 738. Request startup permission next time. Please stand by. Pushback tractor is on the way.
Come on now, I got my pushback permission. All right. Okay. So, where was I? Oh, yeah, we was doing this guy and legs. And run through this one more time. Got a vector here at Ducey and a constraint. Let's see, at Ducey. Okay, there's the pushback tractor. Let's go down again. Step. Let's get this guy
Commencing pushback.
here. And let's release the brake.
Release parking brake.
And now, even though I said nose right, they always push me straight back. So let's see if this works. Do I have chocks on? No? Commence and pushback. Generally. Okay, now I can set the brake. All right, let's see if he turns me, because generally speaking, this guy always just pushed me back straight no matter what. And if I don't stop it, he'll push me straight through that building unless it works the way it should right now, which I haven't had the pleasure of having it work the way it should. Yes. Are you gonna stop and pull me forward, or let me see what it's gonna do. I've never seen him push and brake like he's doing. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here.
Stop here.
Stop it here.
Because it's obvious.
Disconnect. Pushback completed.
It's obvious he was just going to continue pushing me back as I expected that he would. All right. I don't know what to do about my pushback issue, but I really would like to see that get resolved. Okay. Let's go to the legs. And let's change this guy back to map. All right, good stuff. And let's do the before taxi procedure. Okay. I got a flow for this. Let's check. And do I have gas for fuel for the front tanks? I need to check. Yeah, do have some fuel in the I call them the front tanks, I meant the center tanks. So I need to turn those on. And APU generators. Okay, Gen 1, the engine is not started because I was gonna reverse out of here. Should have started it while I was being pushed back. Okay. And so let's get that on before we go. We almost missed that, but we didn't. We caught it. Okay. 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. All right. Start valve is still open. Got N2, got positive fuel flow, and oil pressure is coming up. Good stuff. All right. And at about 55, fuel valve closes. I mean, the start valve closes. Okay. And we got good start on both engines. Our fuel quantities are pretty even. All right, good stuff. And we're just gonna go through the before taxi procedure. Okay. And come on down. Check everything. Check everything. Checking. Those can come on. All right. And we are gonna need some anti-icing today. I suspect all that stuff looks good. Turn the packs back on. Close the isolation valve. Make sure that the bleeds are on, and we are good to go. Come on down here, and everything looks good over here. And go to continue this here. This guy can come off, and taxi light, come on. All right. And let's call ground and get our taxi clearance. Atlanta ground, Delta 3125, ready to taxi. Taxi via 4 southeast, 4 northeast, then Foxtrot Echo, Delta 3125. Okay, so we'll grab Foxtrot and take Foxtrot all the way here, grab Echo to 26 left. Okay, let's release park brakes. They're already released. So let me hold the brakes and give it some breakaway thrust. Check the tiller. Holding the brakes. Something a little bit heavier than I thought I was. Long video, right? You know what I did here? I didn't set this to 12. To the left, to the right. And before I get airborne, I need to do a little housekeeping chore. So that's gonna stop the sim. Keyboard, joystick, alpha. Okay. Okay, that's set. Let me check, make sure that I am connected to the Pilot's Life program. And I think I'm done with this guy for right now. Don't think I need it anymore. Yeah. Okay, good stuff. And for someone who's not using checklists, I think I pretty much covered most of the stuff that I should have covered for this to get this aircraft to the point that we're at. I noticed I didn't look left just now, but I wouldn't have been able to see left out of the window anyway because of the way the aircraft was pointed. So I'm at the mercy of ATC. Kill this guy too. See if I can get me a picture. I think I got it. I'm all over the runway trying to get a picture. Shift. Okay. Hope I got it. Man, if I take my eyes off the runway, I tend to just lose it. But I am doing asymmetric. I am using asymmetric taxiing. If you look at my engines, you'll see that I'm actually using my right engine to get me to my runway, and the reason for that is the over there. Tower on 119.1 Delta 3125. That's gonna always pop up until I figure out how to turn it off. Okay. Probably should have used the other whole short line. Okay, but I don't know, we got more than 3 miles visibility. It's probably VFR. Okay. What do you say, 119.9? I'm gonna use 125.2. Let's see if that works. Atlanta Tower, Delta 3125, holding short at runway 26 left, ready to depart. Delta 3125, holding short, runway 26 left, ready to depart. We've got information, India. change to that 119.9. Maybe I get a better. Atlanta Tower, Delta 3125, holding short, runway 26 left, ready to depart with information India. Clear for takeoff. Fly runway heading, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff. Delta 3125. Okay, clear for takeoff. Let's get these on. Shirley, can you, you've already set the squawk and you can't change it to Torah, so I got it. Never mind, Shirley. Select. I always forget to do my flaps. I was talking about, oh yeah, I think I remembered everything for not having, yeah, there's flaps 5. All right. Okay. Here we go. Toga. If I needed the wipers, I would turn them on.
80 knots.
If not,
Being rotated. Positive rate.
Rolling.
I'm over 400. That means I can engage the autopilot. Contact departure, Delta 3125.
Traffic.
1000.
24.6. Now, they are coming in according to the weather, but for some reason, they had me take off on this. Let's see, 124.6. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the autopilot thing. Plug up. And 124.6. Try to get that dialed in. Atlanta departure, Delta 3125, passing 4,000, climbing flight level 120. Climb and maintain 1000. Turn right to 320. Back us to impasse. Then on course, Delta 3125. Right, 320. Thought I was on. Climb and maintain flight level 220.
Monitor
Delta
vertical speed.
2135. 3125.
Clear of conflict. Traffic.
Now, I see that traffic, he's below me. Atlanta departure on 121.0, Delta 2135. 21.0. Atlanta departure, Delta 3125, passing 65,000, climbing 110.
Delta 3125, Atlanta departure. Good evening, Douglasville, altimeter 3014.
3014, Delta 3125. And let's see,
3125, altimeter set 30.14.
30.14, Delta 3125. And why are they not turning me towards impasse? Or do I need to turn my own self towards impasse? Saw it just a second ago.
Delta 3125, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270, Delta 2135. Okay, lights will come off.
Dig out. Lavatory is now ready. You may use approved electronic devices in flight mode.
Oh shoot.
Habitats will be insured.
Now say I'm
Thank you.
screwed up big time because I didn't turn the lights on. Didn't clean up. Didn't raise my landing gear. Didn't do any of that stuff. Didn't do a flight control check. All of that stuff I completely missed doing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to impasse if I can find it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Zealand then.
Delta 3125, track well, then as filed, please.
Direct world then is filed. Delta 2135. Okay, so I was thinking they had forgotten about me. Direct world. I don't see world in there. There it is. Nav. Nav. It may seem, when I'm watching other people stream and they missing stuff, and I'm like, gee whiz. I'm like, gee whiz. How could you be missing that?
3125, climb and maintain flight level 330.
Climb and maintain flight level 330, Delta 3125. 30. Dial it all the way in this time. Yeah, I'd be like, how could they be missing some of the stuff that's obvious? We should be breaking out any minute now. But once you get in the airplane and you happen to manage all this stuff yourself, you can see, at least I can see, how easy it is, how hard it can be to do everything. And 135.0 for Atlanta Center, Delta 3125. 25.0. So I got the Logitech radio in front of me. That way I don't always have to, I don't have to look down to make these changes. I can just dial them in myself. But the problem that I have with the radio is slow as all get up. Atlanta Center, Delta 3125, passing 18,200, climbing flight level 330. Okay, broke out. Clouds clear across the board there. Banking. Sunlight. I tell you, when you're up under that shroud of clouds, you almost feel like sunlight doesn't exist. Climb and maintain flight level 340, Delta 3125. I see I didn't set my clock, you know. When I turn my lights, my landing lights on, or I meant to turn them on, but did I turn, you know what? I thought I hit this. Yeah, I did. I thought I did. But anyway, when I took, right before I took the runway, I thought I hit this bar to turn on my 135.0 for Atlanta Center, Delta 3125. 135. I should pronounce it 135. Atlanta Center, Delta 3125, passing 23,000 for flight level 340. Okay, so I've been acknowledged. I see traffic 2,000 feet above me. He's descending, but he's coming off my, yeah, I see him out there. So I may get a TCAS warning, but we are in no danger. He's at my level now, and he's moving below me. I thought I saw him. I saw this contrail. I thought that might have been him. So he would be over here. don't see them. But I'm not going to get the TCAS warning, so that's a good thing. Usually I can see the traffic, but this time I can't. Okay. We're getting our climb on. Okay, is there anything that I'm forgetting? Look at my MCP, my EFAs look okay. Let's go out to this guy and now something's wrong with my flight plan. I know, is it? Yeah, why is it turning back to a head and look like 2-7 or something like that? Don't know. U is my next waypoint. So let's get. Let's see if we got it clear. So, trying to get back to my legs page. All right, coming all the way down. Get rid of this vector. That's probably the reason. Yep. All right, that fixes that. Runway 05. Okay. Let's put a fix around it. And I always like my fix is 15 miles out. Check something. So I got 050 legs 6. Okay. I was checking something, never mind. Okay, let's see. And then I like a 10-mile ring. And wouldn't hurt to show me what a beam looked like. And there's my rings up here.
1,000 to go.
Okay. Let's go ahead and turn off the seatbelt sign. Okay. Good stuff. About to reach cruise. I was thinking cruise was 32. So let's fix this.
Captain, we have a situation in the cabin. A passenger has just passed a kidney stone. They are feeling discomfort from the flight, but didn't mention it until now. They are in considerable pain and need assistance. I recommend you prepare for potential medical support upon landing. Deacons, cabin crew now begin the sliding beverage zone. We have
Erica, would you repeat the issue you're having with the passenger?
We have a passenger who has passed a kidney stone and is experiencing some considerable pain. They need assistance, and I recommend preparing for potential medical support upon landing.
Okay, we'll map a diversion to the next airport, and so that he can get medical attention.
Understood, Captain. I will prepare the cabin for the diversion and ensure that medical assistance is ready upon arrival.
Roger.
Understood, Captain.
Okay, so we got a medical emergency on board. That means that we are going to have to land this bird, which was not in my plan. So let's find an airport. Now I should be able to do this in this guy here. With you, I don't really know how to do that. I know there was a nearest airport somewhere in one of these systems. I should just say, if he's not going to die, we're going to push on. That's not nice, is it? Okay. So one way I can find nearest airport is to use the Abby tab. Maybe go out here. Bring it back up. Abby tab, get rid of you, can't bring you back. Abby tab, target tablet. No wonder the key was there. Okay, so let's go here. Airports. Nope. Oh yeah, I know how to do this. Duh. Atlanta Center, Delta 3125. We have a medical emergency on board and need to land at the nearest airport with medical personnel waiting.
Delta 3125, descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Divert to Cleveland Airport 10 miles north. Medical personnel will be notified and waiting altimeter 3014.
Descend to 10,000 feet, divert to Cleveland, which is about 10 miles north, and you'll have medical personnel waiting. Altimeter 3014, Delta 3125. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is slow our roll. Engines are winding back, but it didn't work. Atlanta Center, we got a diversion to Cleveland, so we won't be using the Gibbs for arrival. We've got a medical emergency on board. Expect the rocking for arrival. Druga transition into Cleveland. Delta 2135. Direct the rest port. Okay, I'm going to rest port now, and let's start at descent 10. See how the inexperience, how quickly the inexperience can fall behind the aircraft. So flight level change. So start this descent, get the seatbelt sign back on. An announcement about the descent. Let's get the auto throttle back on. Retard, and let's get this. Now this has always been a problem. All right, so I think I'm gonna have to switch to a route 2. You know, I don't know how to change the approach from Indianapolis to Cleveland. So the only thing I know to try to do is to put it in route 2. Come on, route 2. If I can even get a route to arrival. That's not working very well. And if Cleveland was 10 miles to the north, like I was advised, then I should have overshot it. Flying past it. I don't know how to do this. Okay. Pause the recording and figure it out. So guys, I had to pause everything and do the phone call that they do in the game shows to get some help. Call my helpline to program the CDU at the FMC. But yeah, say hello to everybody, Captain Winstead. All right. So yeah, we are back doing a diversion into Cleveland. Okay, Winstead, I will let you go and get back.
I appreciate it, Jim.
Same.
All right, happy safe landings.
Blue skies.
All right.
Now all I need to do is find Discord and do the disconnect button. All right, so we are back on our own. And you know what, guys? Well, I was up at altitude, but there was no rain, and I never did turn on any heat. Right now it's plus 14 degrees Celsius, so I'm still okay as far as heat go. And I've got the new diversion route program. We'll be landing runway 28 left. So let me advise the cabin crew. Cabin crew, we will divert to Cleveland. We'll be landing on runway 28. So I'll keep you advised as to when we will be touching down.
Understood, Captain. I will prepare the cabin for the diversion to Cleveland and ensure that all passengers are informed accordingly.
How's our guest with the kidney stones?
The passenger with the kidney stone is in considerable pain and requires medical attention. We are preparing for a diversion to Cleveland for their care.
See if I can't do a speed intervention and speed up. For this passenger. I am at 10,000, so I need to actually slow down. Let me call Indianapolis Center, Delta 3125 requests 12,000 feet for speed.
Delta 3125, climb and maintain 12,000.
Climb and maintain 12,000, Delta 2135. Okay, now I can speed up. Okay. It's getting dark, so let's get on some lights. Looking okay up there. Probably should just review this stuff.
1,000 to go.
Make sure that everything looks okay. I've never had a kidney stone before, but I know being in pain, I have been in pain and been on an airplane that want to fly 250 knots when they can fly 320 knots to get me there. And so, yeah. Okay. I'll be looking down here, looking good. I never use the this thingy here, the hood, Don't seem to even know how to bring it down anymore. There's a button over here there's a button that I'm not seeing because it's dark, that would lower it, or a click spot. Yeah, what I'm doing is I keep putting on the sun visor over it, but I never use it anyway, so we won't worry about it. And let's see if we can't determine how long before we land. Data. Okay, so to Drago, we Louisville approach on 126.675 Delta 3125. 126.625. Shoot. 123.675. Take forever to dial this down. Louisville approach, Delta 3125, inbound with the medical emergency.
Louisville approach. Good evening, Springfield altimeter 3014. Expect the ILS runway 28 approach to Cleveland.
Expecting the ILS runway 28 into Cleveland, Delta 2135. Okay, we are boogieing. All right. So Druga is where we'll go ahead and slow down. Still got 116 nautical miles between our location and, well, yeah, we still got 20, 25 plus 100 plus 116. And we should get to Druga at 2337. It's 2311 now. So that is 37 minus 11 is 25, 26 minutes just to get there. Watch the temps. Let me turn this back. Map. And there was a restriction, but that was going into Indianapolis. So let's see, I don't see any restrictions. I don't see any speed limits either. So how would the plane know what speeds to fly? I don't know if it would. ILS 20, okay, that's done. Requested winds for 8 miles to Hagel. So, oh man, the weather is not modeled in this airplane. Well, that's a reason to fly the Zebo. Maybe an upgrade to this one. I don't know. I probably should check. One thing about these aircraft is you just have to go and look for an update. You don't. There's no notification. There's no notification systems whatsoever. All right. So I had planned to go over my website that I have been showing you bits and pieces of during this flight. And that was my plan. And now I cannot do that because, well, yeah, I just don't have enough time. I have built a new website for the flight sim community. It's flightsimsupport.com, and it's a massive website, so you've seen me bring up bits and pieces of it. So I'm not going to do a overview in this video because I really want to take my time and really show you what the highlights of the website really look like. I mean, it really is an awesome website, and the tools on it are second to none. So, and everything is free. I have spent I have worked about 3 months full time building this website. And with that said, I can roll out a website for a business with 5 pages, a landing page, an about us page, a products and service page, and a contact us page in a half a day or so, if I got the content already. This website has taken me 3 months, almost 3 months, and I seem to have run into issues at every step, but it's worth it because I think it's going to really bring something to the community that the community need. There are 2 things that without giving you the overview, I'll go ahead on and mention, and that is the website has a classified add section or swap section that I think is missing. You know, a lot of us upgrade our gear, and we get a lot of new simmers coming in who could use that gear, who may not have the budgets to buy brand new gear, or not even need brand new gear, when they can get something that's working perfectly for that you guys may have put in your garage, your attic, your closet, that's just gathering dust. So, you know, why leave it there to die when you can make a few bucks off of it and help another simmer out? So yeah, check out the classified at flightsimsupport.com. And the other section is the directory, where you can go in and leave feedback and rate other websites, products, whatever. It's the rating system that's really going to drive the value to the community for the directory, because if a vendor has a good rating, then I don't have to do a lot of research on trying to figure out whether or not they trust his products. And for vendors who don't have good ratings, then the director should encourage them to up their game. So for the flight sim community, it's a win-win either way. So yeah, on the next video, then I hope to go over those things. You know, when I got that medical emergency, I forgot that I was doing a flight sim, a pilot's life video flight, and I don't want to have to do the flight over. Let me just go back and pull this over, show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so flight. So this is the flight that I'm supposed to be doing, and to keep my license with Delta intact, I have to do at least one flight every 3 months. And the last flight that I made, Cincinnati approach on 119.7 Delta 3125. So let me dial this in. 119.7. Get rid of this for a moment. Cincinnati approach Delta 3125, level at 12,000. Okay, 3013. And yeah, so I gotta make a decision whether or not to keep the sick passenger on board and go to Indianapolis here. Trying to zoom in. but it won't let me. Okay, maybe I can do it here. Nope. Anyway, if you can see, this is where I'm going, and this is where I'm supposed to be going. This kind of sucks. It really kind of sucks. All right, so for kicks and giggles, I want to go ahead and get the traffic, get the credit for the flight, because I haven't done a flight. This is my schedule. I haven't done a flight since November 1st, and the last flight I did was November 2nd. And I need a flight in my logbook, otherwise I lose my Delta license and with my low XP scores and then and my low being a first officer, I probably would have a hard time getting back on with a 5-star airline. So I want to protect this. So for kicks and giggles, let's say we've dropped that guy off at Cleveland, and we have started back to Indianapolis. So let's do that. KNID. I would have not acknowledged the medical emergency had I thought about this beforehand. Okay, does that put us back on the original plan? KNID and arrival. The arrival was Gibbs 4. Is it Gibbs 4 arrival? I don't think so. I don't know. What happened. My memory ain't as good as I want it to be. The Varna 2, the Gibbs 4 arrival for 5 break. Okay. No transition. Execute that. All right. Now, where are we? We're here. Let's go to maps here. Okay, we are here. Louisville approach, Delta 3125. We'd like to cancel our emergency medical destination and resume our flight back to our original destination, Cleveland, Indianapolis. Resume flight to Indianapolis. Delta 2135. All right, I can slow down now. And go back to VNAV. Okay, can't do VNAV because this is runway 5 right, which is correct. And I know we do have a restriction here at Ducey. So take Gibbs and make Gibbs our next waypoint. Maybe not our next one. Gibbs, Ronkin, stage. If I could read some of this stuff, that would be awesome, but I can't. Set Gibbs here on this vector here. Uh-oh. Didn't like that, did it? Okay. Didn't like that at all. So Gibbs must be down here somewhere. Okay, this is, I remember putting the, yeah. So, shoot. Got me all discombobulated. Okay, so if the airplane is up in here, I want to go turn to this waypoint here, but I don't know what waypoint that is. So let's step. See if we can find it. Step. Columbus approach on 118.85 Delta 3125. 85. Columbus approach Delta 3125, level at 12,000. Request flight level 200 and with you. Didn't think of what else to say, right? Climb and maintain 205,000 Delta 3125. Okay. Run the risk of running into why am I going so fast? 296 is what I've got dialed into the window. Come on, auto throttle. Okay, well. Okay, we'll be all right. Okay. So it's going to be a funky landing because I am going to have to land. Hopefully, let's see. Hopefully it's clear and I don't see the weather, just clouds. Get a cloud covering that one. Clouds below 10,000, so I should be okay with a visual. Because now that I am well, I could make a call back to Captain Winstead to see if he can't help me program this guy for oh, you know what, I am on map. Let's see, that might be the problem. Nope, that's not the problem. But I'm also flying, I think, way up here when my airport is over there. But the problem is I can't read a thing.
1,000 to go.
Let's see. My airport is here, but I can't read any of those waypoints. Decel. If I could see. Okay. So the waypoint that's come after S. I got rocking and 2 or 3 waypoints. Okay, so let's go down to the next page. This must be seaplane, and then it's 200. So let's go straight to Gibbs. That's what I started to do the first time. Menu and previous page. Let's take Gibbs here. And there we go. That's a little better. All right. Got 100 nautical miles to Gibbs. And I need to be at, since I don't have any VNAV data, let's try looking it up on the chart, see if I got anything in the charts that might help me out. So, airports, KIND, Indianapolis. And I can actually get rid of this. I don't know why they're giving me that too many results, but I don't need the Atlanta stuff anymore. Okay. 794, yeah, we got that dialed in. And ADOS, don't bypass the frequencies for right now. Give me let's see, the Gibbs 4 for runway 5 right is our arrival. Let's go ahead and dial that in while we got it up. So let's set the course to 050. And the localizers, let's set them on into 111.15. They've already been set. Shirley, are you still with me?
Still here.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't know how much of what I have been saying you have been hearing. Maybe the whole story. So I don't know how much of what I've been saying you have been hearing, Shirley. Maybe the whole story.
I've been listening the whole time. Caught the diversion to Cleveland, the kidney stone passenger, getting help from Captain Winstead to reprogram the FMC, and now you're back on course to Indianapolis, following along.
How about that? And recording the whole thing.
Yeah,
Okay. Go ahead.
Got it all on tape. The whole adventure from Atlanta, the diversion drama, the FMC scramble, everything. Should make for quite the debrief.
Yeah. But, I did cheat because I want to get this flight in the books for a pilot's life. That way I don't have to do it again. I decided to go ahead and cheat. And go ahead.
Hey, nope.
And go ahead and get the pretend that, hey, we dropped the passenger off and we headed back to Indianapolis. The problem that I'm having now, Shirley, and maybe you can help me with this, is I don't have the VNAV data in the flight computer anymore.
Looking at your route, you've got the Gibbs arrival loaded for runway 5 right. The altitude restrictions should be in there. Check your legs page to see if the crossing altitudes are showing up for each waypoint. If they're missing, you might need to delete and re-add the arrival to get the VNAV data back.
I've got the altitude data for Jockey. Once I pass Jockey, I'm good. I asked for flight level 200, which I'm at now. I've got 78 nautical miles before I get to my next waypoint, and after I cross that next waypoint, then looks like I got about 11 miles where I need to be between 12 and 16,000. So let me do a calculation to see what I need to do if I can get from flight level 200 down to flight level 160 on a 3% slope within 11 miles.
You're at flight level 200 now with 78 miles to Jockey. After Jockey, you've got 11 miles to get down to between 12 and 16,000. For a 3-degree descent, you need about 3.5 miles per 1,000 feet. So to lose 4,000 feet, you need around 14 miles. That's cutting it close with only 11. Might want to start down a bit earlier or use a steeper descent.
Okay. Probably have to use a steeper descent then.
Yeah, and you've got the parking brake on. Might want to release that.
The parking brake telemetry and I think it's the autopilot telemetry is broken. The autopilot may be showing it's off when it's actually on, and the parking brake is actually not on, but it may be showing as on.
Roger that. Telemetry glitch. Autopilot's flying the plane just fine, so no worries there.
What is my speed? 296.
29. 296 knots.
Actually, I should be putting in my true airspeed rather than my indicated speed. My true airspeed is 397. I've got a descent calculator that I'm putting stuff into. Also, heading.
Heading 244.
Okay. And I need the wind direction and speed. Let's see. Let me see if I can get that from ATC.
Winds out of 090 at 6 knots.
Okay then. That's for the landing. That's for Indianapolis or my current position.
That's at Indianapolis. The ADOS you pulled up earlier. Your current winds aloft are probably different. You're showing a ground speed of 399 versus indicated 296. So you've got a tailwind component pushing you along.
Yeah, so I just used the data you gave me, 090 at 6, and if I do a 4-degree slope, then I can do it in about 9 nautical miles. If I make it 3.5, then I hit 11 nautical miles on the nose, but like you said, that's pushing it mighty close, and I don't want the passengers to be too uncomfortable, but a 4-degree slope in an airplane moving this fast is not that bad. So if I shoot for 4 degrees, then I'll shoot for a descent rate of about 2,800 feet per minute.
$2,800 feet per minute should do it. That'll get you down in time without being too uncomfortable. You've got the math worked out, just need to start that descent at the right point.
Okay. I need to start the descent 9 nautical miles from Gibbs. No, after I pass Gibbs, let's say now, top of descent, not 9 nautical miles. After I pass Gibbs, then I would need to start the descent pretty much immediately. And that's provided.
Right.
Go ahead. Now, I think I messed up there. Because what I wanted to be at 9,000 at, I forgot what I want to be at. Okay. So, in order to be, once I cross Gibbs, then if I start that descent, then I could be at 12 by the time I reach Jockey. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. What do you think?
Yeah,
Say again, please.
sounds solid.
I didn't hear you.
Sounds solid. Cross gifts. Start down right away at 2,800 feet per minute, and you'll hit 12,000 by jockey. Plan works.
Yeah, actually, I only need 16,000 by jockey. So yeah, I can actually, in that case, I can just go ahead and do a 3-degree slope, but or I can try to get ATC to get me down. Let me see what ATC. Make sure the ATC still have a plan for me to come in. How would you advise that I ask ATC if they are planning on descending me into my destination?
Columbus approach, Delta 3125. Confirm you have us on the gifts arrival, expecting descent clearance.
Okay, thank you. Columbus approach, Delta 3125. Confirm you have us on the Gibbs arrival for approach into Indianapolis. Yeah, we canceled the medical emergency and advised that we wanted to resume our approach into Indianapolis and was approved for that. So Shirley, what do you think they're gonna do for us? You think they're gonna bring us in or just ignore us? I think they're gonna ignore us. So I think we're gonna have to come in on our own.
They might have lost track of you with the diversion shuffle. If they don't respond soon, you could request descent to start working your way down. You've got about 50 miles to Gibbs. Plenty of time to sort it out.
I'm showing 8. I'm showing that we're at Gibbs, so something is wrong with my
Your autopilot's actually off, showing disengaged. That's why you're in a right turn with some slip.
No,
Might want to re-engage it.
we're at Gibbs now. Remember, I told you that that we got 2 things wrong. The brake and the autopilot telemetry is incorrect. Hold on for a minute, Shirley.
Roger.
Let's see which who am I need to talk to? Columbus approach, Delta 3125 requests descent to 12,000.
Your autopilot actually is on. You're in a right bank at 22 degrees with some slip. Need to re-engage it or hand fly level.
Descend via the Rocking Fork. Okay, that would be for Cleveland, and I am going to Indianapolis. Um, disregard, please. Yeah. We're on our own, Shirley. And to make matters worse, turn it back on map. To make matters worse, I am not so sure. Okay, yeah, there we go. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this descent down to Jockey.
Your autopilot's actually disengaged. You're hand flying in a right bank. Need to re-engage it or level the wings manually.
I'll deal with that in just a second.
Roger, you're in a left bank now, 13 degrees, heading 339, autopilot's off.
Okay, so descending at 2900 ought to get me there. Those.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our approach to
Autopilot's off. You're hand flying in a left bank, descending 1,700 feet per minute. Need to re-engage it or level out manually.
Please note that the lavatories are open for available use. Thank you for your cooperation.
Okay, Shirley, remember that I told you that the autopilot telemetry is broken and the brake telemetry is broken. So both of those are showing the opposite of what they should be showing.
Roger that, got it. Your wings level now, descending 2,900 feet per minute on a 4-degree slope. Looking good for the descent into Jockey. Descent's looking good. 2930 down, passing 16.7. On profile for Jockey.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me respond to him. Delta 3125 would like to cancel our ILS clearance.
You've got some right slip showing, 12%. Step on the right rudder to center the ball.
IL clearance canceled. Will continue as filed. Delta 3125. Okay, so maybe he'll leave us alone and let us bring this bird in because he's trying to land us into Cleveland.
Yeah, he's still trying to vector you to Cleveland. You told him you're continuing.
Minneapolis approach on 2465 Delta 3125.
1,000 to go.
2465.
Are you able to set that, Shirley? On COM 124.65.
Set to standby, 12465.
Perfect.
Also, autopilot's off, and you've got 9% left slip. Step on the left rudder.
Okay, autopilot's flying the airplane, and we're actually in a turn. And I need to get down to 6,000 for that restriction.
You're hand flying, autopilot's off. You're in a left bank, 19 degree. Autopilot's off. You're hand flying in the left bank. Also got 10% left slip. Step on the left rudder. Speed brakes are at flight detent.
Okay, Shirley, if you don't make a note that the autopilot and the brakes are reading opposite from what they should be reading, and every time you think about the autopilot, refer to the note.
Noted, autopilot and brake telemetry are reversed. Won't mention them.
Okay, I blew across Dulce 2,000 feet too high.
Coming down through 7,500.
As soon as I get down to 6,000, I make that turn to
1,000 to go.
Beckton. And I'm descending.
Through 6,700.
Shoot, I'm supposed to be descending at 3,000, but the vertical speed stopped. And
Descent stopped. You're level at 6,100. Speed brakes are still at flight detent, helping you slow down.
yeah, I do need to keep them engaged.
Speed brakes retracted, level at 6,000. You've got a little right slip. Step on the ball with right rudder.
Okay, so we are established. Do you have a frequency for tower at, let's see, maybe I can get it here. Tower is 120.9.
.9. Want me to set that to standby on COM 1?
You know, I would have had you do it, but I forgot you could. Okay, I'm 15 miles out, making the turn to bring her in on a 3-degree glide slope. So we can start slowing down and engaging flaps and whatnot. So I'm gonna slow down
Already set to
2 and ask you to set flaps at give me flaps 5, Shirley.
flaps 5.
You know, I think the Bravo is taking, the Bravo is not allowing you to set the flaps, so I'm gonna have to set them manually. Flaps 2. So yeah, okay, flaps 5 is set.
Flaps 5 set. You're through 4,800 descending. 224 knots.
Airport's in sight.
.14 miles out, coming through 4,400. 222 knots.
Okay, let's get up.
Miles through 4,200 descending.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and
219
contact
knots.
tower. Give me a second. Indianapolis Tower, Delta 3125, established inbound runway 5 right.
Flaps are at 10, 11 miles out through 3,600 descending, 212 knots.
Am I at the right airport?
2500.
9 miles out through 3,200 descending, 207 knots, flaps 10.
Okay. Is this is not the right airport, I don't think. I think I
7
might,
miles out through 2,400.
I might be going.
You're 6 miles out through 2,400 descending, 201 knots. Gears down, flaps 10.
So this is Indy, yeah, this is Indy, but okay, now I got it straight. I'm landing at Indy, but ATC think I'm landing at Cleveland.
Yeah, ATC is still trying to work you into Cleveland. You're 5 miles.
Flaps 30 set. Landing lights need to come on.
Flaps 30, landing.
This is not going to be a good score on the flight, but at least I got it in the books. So.
500.
Almost there, 400 feet above the ground, 175 knots. Little left slip. Step on the ball with left rudder.
And I'm way too fast.
200.
200 feet, way too fast. Consider going around.
100.
I think I can do it.
30, 40, 30, 20. 10.
30 feet, way hot when you finish.
Stay right.
Down, way hot.
Yeah. I probably should have went around.
Hot landing, but you got it down. 5,000 feet of runway left. Plenty of room to get stopped.
80 knots.
Come on, autopilot, stop beeping. Let's see. I want to turn the reversers off. Boy, I'm slow here. Reversers are off. And I'm stopped on the runway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed in Indianapolis. Did you know that Indianapolis is
You're stopped on the runway.
You know what?
3,000 feet remaining. Need to clear to the right when able.
I'm stopped on the runway and I sheared off my my nose gear.
On behalf of Captain White, First Officer Winstead, and the entire crew,
Ouch! That's gonna be a write-up. Tower's probably wondering what you're...
Yeah, let me just get her off the runway.
You're on taxiway or ramp at Kent now. Clear of the active. That was quite the arrival.
That was crazy. But you know what? You told me to go around, and had I went around, I wouldn't have had this. I wouldn't have damaged the plane. So It is my fault.
Yeah,
for-
that was way.
Yeah, I knew I was hot. I knew I was hot. And when I say hot, too fast. So, yeah. So get cleaned up here and
That one's on.
let them wait on the emergency vehicles to come out, because technically I crashed the airport, crashed into the runway. But let's see if I got my flight in the books. That's because I am not going to do this flight again, and I need to have it in the books to keep my license with Delta. And they're not going to record it until I do some stuff like cut off the engines. So let me get the lights off.
That was quite the adventure. Medical emergency, diversion, FMC scramble.
Yep. Crash.
That was quite the adventure. Medical emergency,
Okay, the cabin is
diversion
secured.
to
Have a good
Cleveland.
flight.
It really was. Too much adventure for me. Let's see if I got the APU running yet. Okay, she will be running in a second here. Kill the engines and let the flight get recorded. I'm probably getting a 40 on this flight. Let's see. Okay, engines go down, and that way I can get it recorded. All right.
That was one for the logbook. Diversion drama, FMC scramble, hot landing, and a sheared nose gear. Quite the day at the office.
Quite the day. All right. So let's see if they got it recorded. Atlanta to I don't see it. I wonder if maybe they don't consider me. Maybe I have to go to the gate. Do I have to go to the gate to get this recorded? 11. Yeah, I guess I got to go to the gate. All right, let's see if I can get. How am I going to get the airplane to the gate?
Contacting department on 12465.
You've got a sheared nose gear, taxiing's gonna be rough. Might need to call for a tow, but in the sim you could try nudging forward slowly, or just slew it to a gate to get the flight recorded.
Yeah, I'm going to try to call for a tow. If that don't work, then I'm going to try to slew. So better push back, start push back, and yeah,
Pushback tractor's coming. Hopefully they can tow you to a gate so you.
Yeah, better pushback is not working. Let me just try the pushback tractor from the sim. And request.
Worth a shot. Maybe the sim's pushback can at least get you moving toward a gate.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the slew. Okay.
Yeah, slew to a gate. Only way to get this flight logged at this point. You've earned that credit after everything tonight.
Well, if I was a better pilot, then I would be able to taxi to a gate. But you know, it is what it is. And
Hey,
ma-
you got the bird on the ground in one piece, mostly. After that whole
mostly. You're right. Go ahead. I
you
cut
got
you
it
off.
down and everyone walked away.
You too kind.
Flew to a gate.
You are
That's
too.
what co-pilots are for, making you look good in the logbook. Get slewed to a gate and let's call it a night.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. Trying to get slewed here. Okay, if I hit this
Take your
guy.
time. Once you get slewed to a gate and shut down, that flight should hit the books and keep your Delta license current.
All right, I'm at a gate now.
Perfect. You're at a gate at key end, shut down, and that flight should hit the books. Delta
Alright.
license saved.
Let's see if I got if it recorded it now. Okay. I don't see logbook dashboard.
Check your logbook. Should show the flight from Atlanta to Indianapolis now that you're parked at the gate with engine shut down.
Yeah, it should, but it's not. So it is what it is. I tried. Yeah. Okay, well, I am going to end this flight, this recording, and any of you guys who was with me for this entire flight, I hope you enjoyed the adventure. I certainly did. Some really poor decision making on the part of the pilot, but that's why it's a sim. Okay, so until next time, guys. And if I hadn't told you this before, Happy New Year. All right, so I am looking to